Well, hi everyone. I'm here kind of early today, but like, like seriously, seriously. I mean, why are people still asking the question? Is masturbation a sin? I decided to come back on because I sometimes I keep getting I'm in a group called Christianity on Reddit, right? And I'm like, are these people for real? Do they not read the Bible? This person asked if masturbation, and they've asked this before, and I really, you know, I have a problem, okay? Some things to me are just common sense. I mean, some things are just common sense. So the person asked, is masturbation a sin? I wrote yes. Because sometimes well, a lot of times, unless I'm writing a book or writing a play, you know what I mean, writing a poem, then I'll go into details and different things. But when it comes to speaking, I'm not one for giving long speeches or whatever. I'm really not into that. And there are certain things that I find very, very, very annoying. Like, I mean, but in a way, I do get it because when someone has a stronghold, masturbation is a stronghold for a lot of people. They can't quit it. It's an addiction. And there's a spirit behind masturbation. That spirit comes from Satan, from the kingdom of darkness. Okay, let me make myself clear. That thing irritates me so much. So I just said, yes, masturbation is a sin. That was my first response. And then the person came back and asked, let me see. And then they asked another dumb question. Wait a minute, like say, is masturbation a sin? Well, my simple answer is yes, because I'm the type of person I just wrote masturbation is sex. So in other words, I'm saying yes, it's a sin because if you're not married, when people are married, they may touch each other and different things like that or whatever, whatever, whatever. But masturbation is a sin, okay? So I said, and so the person is, it's a girl. She said, I'm a girl. And what makes it a sin? And if it's one, how do I stop it? Well, the person want to know how to stop masturbation. So I suggested to this person, I said to this person, go on a 3-day fast, drink water only, pray, read the Bible, and there's a whole lot more that go into it. So I recommended that this person, when you have a stronghold in your life, because strongholds are hard to get rid of. So when you have a stronghold in your life, right, the a potent way to deal with it is through prayer and fasting. And then while you're praying and fasting, I just gave this person like a little synopsis, right? Do a water fast for 3 days, pray, read the Bible, and you know, ask God to deliver you from this situation. But there's a lot that go into prayer and fasting. You have to really set yourself apart. You really have to like this cough I'm having. Just a minute, I'll be back. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm back. Right? So what was I saying? Like when a person has a stronghold, it's very important for them to pray and fast and do the things, and which includes, forgiving people who hurt you and all these different things, and repenting of the sins you committed, repenting of the your bloodline situations and things that your predecessors did, and all these different things. So there's a few moving parts when it comes to prayer and fasting. Okay, so then I told the person, I said masturbation is a sin, and then I said made that suggestion to them. And so the person, um, so then the person comes back, but what if I'm not doing it in a lustful way? Now, you see, this person is possessed with the spirit of masturbation. Notice I said spirit, right? There's a spirit behind masturbation, and that spirit of masturbation is an addiction in this person. This person is feeling bad for doing the act, and the person said, but what if I'm not doing it in a lustful way? So, uh, so you're having sex with yourself and you're not doing it in a lustful way. Anyway, so then I wrote, look, some things, I could be like brutally blunt. I could be brutally blunt. Okay, let me be clear. I could be brutally blunt. Now, I'm saying that to say this. We all have our areas where we're like stupid in. Let me put it that way. We all have our areas where we're stupid in. But I mean, common sense. If you're masturbating, it's not having sex with yourself. So then I went and I put up here the dictionary's definition. And so I said, so, because I got a dictionary definition to give the person, not even a Bible. I use the dictionary to let them know that masturbation is sex with oneself. And this is what the dictionary says, right? Masturbation, let me see. Okay, wait a minute. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. I can't find that. Let me find all my comments. Oh, someone else wrote that it's accompanied masturbation is accompanied by lustful thoughts. And she said, "But what if I'm not having lustful thoughts when I do it?" And look, look, look. I'm so sorry. This is crazy to me. These things make me so pissed off. That's why I don't really like to deal with these comments on social media, because some of these comments, there are other people who responded to this person. Look, I'm through with this. Because the dictionary says, let me look up the dictionary, what it says about masturbation. Masturbation is the act of bringing yourself to orgasm. It's sex with yourself, usually by yourself. Right? This is a dictionary, right? This is what the dictionary says. So is masturbation sex? Yes, it is. And it's usually sex by yourself. But of course, sometimes married couples, they, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're having sex outside of marriage, if masturbation is sex and you're having sex outside of marriage, it's called fornication, right? Okay. Okay. So this person clearly likes being the devil is playing games with this person. So let me write here, if you're, because these type of questions irritate me so much. Having sex outside of marriage, it is fornication. And fornication is a sin. Do we agree that fornication is a sin? If so, case closed. It is a sin. All right. And I put my thing there because I am just so tired. But you know, I'm just not, some things I just don't have patience for. Masturbation is sex by yourself, usually. So if you're having sex with yourself, sex outside of marriage is called fornication. Fornication. Is fornication a sin? Yes, it is. Right? So I would say case closed. And if you're having sex with yourself, and I hope I've mentioned this before, just in case I haven't, you're impacting your destiny. Whenever you break a rule of God, you're impacting your destiny. So let's say, I'm just using this as an example. Let's say God has something in store for you. Let's say He's going to bless you with this wonderful business. He had a wonderful business all set up for you to get into somewhere down the line. And here you are fornicating, which is having sex outside of marriage. You're masturbating. The fact that you're masturbating has now canceled that business that God had wanted you to have in the not too distant present. You follow what I'm saying? Because masturbation hinders you, just in case you don't know it. Masturbation also attracts, masturbation is one of the things that attracts spirit spouses. You know, people who dream that they're having sex with someone, men having sex with women, women having sex with men. That's called a spirit spouse. That's a demon. Masturbation is one of the reasons why people have, let me write that here on Reddit. Let me write that here. It's a gateway also for those who do not know, who do not know. It is one of the gateways of acquiring a spirit spouse. Men seeing themselves having sex with a woman in their dream, and women having sex with men in the dream. Masturbation is one of the causes of this issue. Therefore, masturbation is very dangerous. Yeah, masturbation is very, very dangerous. And there are a lot of people who do not know that. Like they say, like when people smoke cigarettes, that's like a gateway for other drugs and whatnot. Masturbation is a gateway for a lot of destruction in your life. Okay? Because if you get a spirit spouse, that spirit spouse can wreck, not can, will wreck your destiny. You understand what I'm saying? And there are other ways you could get a spirit spouse. It could come through the bloodline where your ancestors, did iniquity and different things, making pacts with Satan for wealth and health and prestige and all these different things. There are different ways that a spirit spouse could come in a person's life. And but a spirit spouse is very, very dangerous. A spirit spouse can cause fibroids in people's bodies. It could cause infertility. It could cause people not to get married. Man, a spirit spouse is a very jealous and wicked being. You would think that a spouse want good for you, right? But in the realm of the kingdom of darkness, a spirit spouse only want evil for you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just sharing. So all these people who want to rationalize about masturbation, it's just like saying like, when the people who promote killing children in the womb, they say like, oh, it's not alive and all this craziness. That's another lie from the devil. Because if we weren't alive in the womb, we wouldn't be out here. You understand what I'm saying? So don't be fooled by the devil and his tricks, okay? Masturbation is very, 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 very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get off. I just got pissed off and I figured let me just get on here and share. So I just popped in here to share just for a quick few minutes. I don't, I don't like to talk much, but I could write. You know what I'm saying? When I write, I write. But talking and whatnot, when things piss me off, like I get pissed off. And I was very annoyed with these. To me, it's a dumb question. Just the dumbest. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, let me get off. All right. So you have a blessed weekend and take care. Read the Bible every day, repent every day, and trust God because God is our fortress. He's our strength. He's our help. And thank Him every day. Every day when He wakes you up, be thankful to Him. Bye.